So here is the fan. Biggest issue that I had is that this gap here is actually pretty significant. And I mean, this is not really the most flush thing, but the solution for this is leaves a bit to be desired. So you actually do have some gapping. I put a little something there. It'd be nice if they had like a foam insert that would make that flush or something that came with it. The bottom's not bad on this. How these work is basically you pull these out, or you push this up. That like releases the sheet, and you pull this, and then you collapse it down. The same thing with the bottom, but trying to make sure it's open, or I should say down, you can actually articulate it, and then closing it while you're inserting it is kind of difficult. There's a back sheet that actually is like a screen that helps with I guess the pest that will come in. And also, if you wanted to, you'd think, oh man, this is a nice filter, I can turn this on. There's literally no air that comes through if you have this on. It goes on with these little clips. They're annoying to go on, but they actually so far work. I've only had it for a day. But they work for what they are, but I would hate to take these off and keep putting them on. Biggest thing that it'll prevent is with this is that any other bugs that are coming through when it's off. When it's on, you obviously can't see the controls, which are here. And then this works more or less as you would expect. Comes with a remote, no batteries, but yeah. Biggest things, I wish they'd figure out a better way to articulate this, and so you didn't have to keep opening and collapsing it. You could just pull out and keep it stuck. Maybe like a button system on here, opposed to just like whatever the hell this is. And then making these a little bit larger would be good. They actually stick out more because it's like virtually flush with it. Like, trying to put that around is kind of stupid. It should be like sticking out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Fans quiet enough. Oh, let me turn that on. Like for instance, as you can see, literally nothing, not moving at all. Take that off. It's on low, but it's high. It's something, you can see that blowing. Probably should use that to begin with. But yeah, that's that. But on this side, literally nothing. Alright, well, I hope my review was helpful. I'd give the fan like a 3 or 4. I am worried about it shooting out of the windowsill though, because of how I have this set up. I wouldn't want to be pushing the button too much here. I hold it forward when I push it. But luckily they give you this, again, no batteries.
Okay, I try to take pictures, but this is ridiculous. I put this on one time, just took it off, and look at how loose this is. Look at that. Look at that. This one is a little tighter, but as you can see, it's coming loose. One already fell off and I had to sew it back on. This one's loose. See that? It's ridiculous. Look at this one. And it fits nicely. I'm not going to put it on. It fits nicely, as you can see. Everything lines up. But tell me, how in the world am I supposed to put this net on? And how is it supposed to fit properly? Let me take this one off. How am I supposed to put this net on and it fit properly? It's ridiculous. These don't even match up to where they're supposed to be. It's over here, the hole's there. See that? If I line that hole up, then nothing else lines up. Ridiculous.
Anybody looking to get this fan, I highly suggest you get this fan. It works with Alexa also. It's a nice window fan to bring in cool air. When you don't want to use, I have like one of those mini air conditioners in my room too, because I'm like one of those people who like to be extra cool. We have central air, but it keeps it nice and cool in here. This fan is very nice. See, it's Wi-Fi, and I can turn it off with Alexa. Echo, turn off the double fan. Alexa, turn on the double fan. Pretty simple setup. You just download an app, and then after you download the app, then you are able to set it up. So anybody out there who's interested, I would definitely say goodbye for a window fan that has Wi-Fi.
I purchased this fan on January 8th, and the return window closed on February 9th, and this side stopped working. See? This is off. And back on. This also goes out. One side stopped working and the other side works fine. Comes with a remote, but I'm only giving it 2 stars because it literally broke after not even 2 months.
This is the fan. It comes with 2 of these pliers. You can put it in the fan so to prevent that insects come into your apartment. It's pretty nice. It's how small, circulate, cool, low, medium, high speed. And it comes with a remote control over here. You can see it. Springs pretty easy to install. Yep. You just have to put it over there. That's it. No tools needed.
So I like the way it covers everything off, but when I bought it, I thought it did intake and exhaust, and it really doesn't. It's sort of misleading. To exhaust, you have to take it out of the window, turn it around, and face it the other way. So that's the only thing I have a problem with, is I thought I could just go with the switch. Other than that, I do like how, unlike a box fan, it closes off the rest, gets the most effective ventilation. I don't run an AC, and so this gives me a lot of fresh air, and I bring wind in at night, cool air, and then I turn it around in the morning, and it sucks all the hot air out.
Piece of that, and then piece of that is making the noise.
Not wide enough for a window. You can see it doesn't even fit in there. In another window in the house, it doesn't even come close. But listen to the noise this thing produces. Ugh, it's enough to make it crazy. That is the worst electrical sounding noise I've ever heard on a fan.
Temperature in the house 76. Bedroom has the fan going. Temperature is 70 degrees. Been on about 20 minutes.
this. And look, it's the same company. What if the kidnapping was...
Score on a cushion sack fly for a 2-0 lead. Yankees needing to lean on their bullpen. Clay Holmes comes in for the 4-out save.